Hare Krishna. Hello, my dear people. How are you all? I hope you all are fine. This is Jitendra Rathod and I am preacher of Srimad Bhagavad Gita. And today I came with a special lecture. Today I would like to make all of you know about the relation between the Srimad Bhagavad Gita and the child labor, the child labor policy and the Labor Commission of India. How Srimad Bhagavad Gita and the Labor Commission of India and the Constitution both are related with each other. What is the similarity? Actually, the Labor Commission of India and the Constitution of India is a basis of means both are basis on the Srimad Bhagavad Gita or the supreme instruction of the Lord Krishna, which are mentioned in Srimad Bhagavad Gita, which were said by Lord Krishna in the battle of the Mahabharata. So let's start. Before I start my lecture, I would like to say something about. I would like to introduce about Srimad Bhagavad Gita. This is Srimad Bhagavad Gita as it is. This is written by A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Mahaprabhupada, and this is the most authentic source. And this is a book of humanity rather than religions. Because this book is published by ISKCON Temple, International Society of the Lord Krishna's Consciousness. And I am trying to propagate only humanity on basis of Srimad Bhagavad Gita because Srimad Bhagavad Gita itself has a book of humanity rather than religions. Because the supreme instruction of the Lord Krishna, which are mentioned in Srimad Bhagavad Gita, which lead all of us toward the human values or humanitarian acts as well as the moral values. So I am trying to enrich the moral values and also trying to morally motivate to those people who are actually frustrated and attempted to commit suicide. So let's start. And I would have to say that I am not propagating any religions because I'm not believing in that Srimad Bhagavad Gita is a book of Hinduism. It is only book of humanism, and I am only trying to convey the real message or the true message or supreme instruction of the Lord Krishna as it is without modifying anything. That's why please don't follow me, and you have to watch my video as well as follow Srimad Bhagavad Gita, but don't follow my word. If you feel that you have to follow my word, then you have. Otherwise, follow directly Srimad Bhagavad Gita, because I am not propagating myself. So let's start. Uh, Actually, I made my own note on my laptop. That's why it will be very easy to convey to all of you. So let's start. Srimad Bhagavad Gita versus the Child Labor or the Labor Commission of India. Lord Mukunda Krishna said that the children should be grown. The children should be grown with all happiness and basic commodities, and as well as a good atmosphere and surrounding. Lord Krishna here said that the children should be grown with all happiness and the basic commodities or a good surrounding. And the children are very innocent. Lord Krishna here said the children are very innocent and very dear to Lord or Supreme. Hence, if we seize something from them, Lord Krishna here said, if we seize something from them and the threat their lives or threat or means harm to give a harm to injuries of their lives for our personal benefit, that is totally against humanity. So there is a totally against humanity if we are threatening the life of the children, because children are very innocent and also directly from of the Lord. So if we are threatening the life of the children, it is again totally against the humanity, and it is also considered as a sinful activities. Each and every children has a right to grow the socially, mentally and physically. Lord Krishna here said each and every children has a right to grow socially, mentally and physically, and also they have a right to good food. Lord Krishna here said also they have a right to good food and enjoy their childhood like Lord Krishna enjoyed. Means like a childhood of Lord Krishna. This is said by Lord Krishna in the Srimad Bhagavad Gita. The Labour Commission of India, which strictly prohibited a child for the laboring and take care of social, physically and mentally development of the children. So the Labour Commission of India, the guideline of the Labour Commission of India, which are totally based on the Srimad Bhagavad Gita or the supreme instruction of the Lord Krishna. Actually, many people have said that the Constitution of India is a very great source, and if there is no constitution, there is no humanity. But I would like to say that the Constitution of India is totally based on the supreme instruction of the Lord Krishna, which are mentioned in Srimad Bhagavad Gita. So the Constitution of India, directly or indirectly, whether knowingly or unknowingly, Dr. B.R. Ambedkar sir was formulated on the basis of the supreme instruction of the Lord Krishna, which are mentioned in Srimad Bhagavad Gita or Srimad Bhagavad Gita. So this is the first similarity, and I would like to interlink. Means this is I am trying to interlink the Labour Commission guideline with the constitutional. Sorry, with the Srimad Bhagavad Gita. So it is very easy to make all of you understand about the relation between the Srimad Bhagavad Gita and the Labour Commission of India, as well as the Constitution of India. So this is the first similarity. I am also having a second similarity. Lord Madhav said that, Lord Madhusudana said that the education is the right of all children. Lord Krishna here said the education is the right of all children, and to deny any rights like means any right to child, like Guru Drona denied to access the archery education to Karna, means to deny any rights to children like a Guru Drona denied to access the archery education to Karna when he approached to Guru Drona in his childhood. When Karna approached to Guru Drona in his childhood, that was the biggest sin. Hence he roamed here and there and made Arjuna as his competitor in archery, and hence he was supported to Duryodhana, and the battle of Mahabharata occurred, and that was a main cause of the battle of the Mahabharata. If the Karna did not support to Duryodhana, and if the Mahamahim Bhishma as well as Guru Drona, both means there's all three persons which were not support to Duryodhana, then Duryodhana did not have any kind of dare to fight this war. So that was the biggest sin, to deny the right to the children, which was done by Guru Drona to Karna at the time of his childhood. So Lord Krishna here talked about the protection of the child rights or the rights of the children, and the Labour Commission of India and even the Constitution of India, which answering education rights and also other rights of the children, like Article number 21st, Article number 24th, and Article number 45 of the Constitution of India. It is clearly mentioned in the Constitution of India as well as the Labour Commission guidelines. So both this is the second similarity, and I would like to put a final conclusion before all of you, because final conclusion here required, because it is very easy. I would like to sum up. So Lord Krishna here said the drafter of the Constitution. It is not said, it is my personal opinion. The drafter of the Constitution of India and the Labour Commission of India were directly or indirectly, whether knowingly or unknowingly, following the supreme instruction, the principle of the supreme instruction, the principle of the supreme, which are mentioned by Lord Mukunda in the battle of the Mahabharata, or in the Bhagavad Gita, which are mentioned in the Bhagavad Gita before the formulation of the Constitution. They were followed. Means the drafter of the Constitution were followed the supreme instruction of the Lord Krishna, which are mentioned in Srimad Bhagavad Gita before formulation of the Constitution, as well as the formulation of the guideline of the Labour Commission of India. So I am trying to find out, I am trying to figure out the similarity between the Constitution of India, the guideline of the Labour Commission of India, and also Srimad Bhagavad Gita. So it is very easy to conclude, and it is very easy to make all of you understand. So thanks for listening me. And many people have a thought that only Constitution of India is a great and all things. But I would like to say that Constitution of India is a part of only one portion of the only one portion of the Srimad Bhagavad Gita. So Srimad Bhagavad Gita itself a book of humanity rather than religion. So we all have to change our eyesight to see the Srimad Bhagavad Gita, because Srimad Bhagavad Gita is not religion book. So thanks for listening me. Hare Krishna.